Good morning, Mr. Chair. House Bill 2055 is addressing an issue that we have in our Office of a Medical Examiner. Since 2019, 6 assistant chief medical examiners have left the office, and it's been over a year since we've hired another one. The ones that we do have been heavily recruited by neighboring states with generous benefits, lower workloads, and additional staff. The staffing shortages goes all the way to our medical legal death investigators who report the crime and assist with autopsies. Now, because the office is an office and a not department, the OCME lacks the budgetary authority to directly reallocate under executed payroll funds for overtime, retention and hiring, or for equipment to improve their working conditions. And what this bill would do is create a special fund under the control of the chief medical examiner, where the surplus of payroll monies or the unexecuted payroll would be deposited quarterly to be used by the at the medical chief's discretion with the approval of the health commissioner for overtime, retention, hiring, and bonuses. Now, this bill, it won't fix the problem that we have in the Office of the Medical Examiner, but it'll improve our ability to retain what we have and ensuring that employees are doing the work of multiple individuals are properly compensated and allow for the money to be set aside for hiring bonuses of new staff.
All right, thank you very, very much. Members of the committee, any questions? Delegate Simmons.
Mr. Chairman, is the health commissioner here, or someone from the health department can speak to this bill?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Joe Hilbert with the Health Department.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I guess the question would be, would you find this bill helpful? And I'll just say that I know that the governor's budget has $1.5 million in it, and I suspect that's probably in good shape on the upstairs. But would this also help you solve this problem? Because he told us how serious it is the other day. The commissioner did.
The administration, we don't have any position on this bill right now, Mr. Chairman. As you mentioned, there is money in the governor's budget to help the OCME start to address the salary and retention issue.
Okay, thank you. Any further questions?
If I may, to the governor's budget, the Department of OCME requested $3 million from the governor, to which they got $1.5 million. Now, there is a budget. I did put a budget amendment to fill that gap, but for the time being, this was sort of a fund to really allow them to sort of, we're only going to get caught up, but we're not going to be able to make moves to recruit and retain.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. Delegate Simmons.
Don't we have other funds like this that, if they're not all spent, they're allowed to keep them over hold them over for the next year? This is a problem. They're having a problem recruiting pathologists, and so this could be helpful and an additional tool.
I don't know if there are other funds.
I think there are. I mean,
I'm not aware.
Mr. Chair.
Maybe Joe would know the answer to that. Joe, would this be an unusual fund? I know you don't have a position, but.
I'm sorry, so what was the question?
Would you have other funds, Mr. Chairman? Do you have other funds that would operate like this bill suggests that you operate this fund for medical examiners?
I don't believe we really do right now in terms of having things revert back to the general fund if they're not spent.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Committee members, any more questions? Anyone to speak for the bill? In opposition to the bill?
I move to report, Mr. Chairman.
Have a motion to report? Second. We have a second? Have a second? Yes, and that's and it would be to report and refer as well. So we have a motion to report and refer, and properly seconded. All right, close the roll. Thank you. Delegate Glass.